So this is another sketch request, this time for Steph. She asked for a drawing of two dragons just chilling. And so what I'm doing here is I'm doing sketch requests for my Kickstarter backers. So as you can see here, I've just drawn a quick rough. So this is what I'm going to be using for my final sketch. So thanks for the request, Steph. And I'm going to be having two dragons lying about on couches. And these are just human-sized couches because, yeah, they're not dragon... Oh, sorry, they are dragon-sized couches. Not human, because otherwise that wouldn't be very relaxing, because they just crush the couches. And let me just check. I think I wanted to put a filter on this. I can't change it while I'm recording. Yeah, to up the contrast, because I don't want to have to go back and do editing on this video later. I'm just recording it and uploading it, and however it turns out, that's how it's going to be, because it's a bit of a pain having to export stuff and fiddle around with it in a video editor. So I hadn't actually thought about in the rough how he's going to have his legs up, but it would actually make sense if he was resting them on his tail or her tail. That could work. And I think one of these dragons is going to be smoking a pipe, which is also weird because they're dragons and they smoke without any assistance. But I had another request for a dragon and a unicorn smoking a bong. Now, this is a G-rated Kickstarter, so I don't know if I can draw a bong. So I thought I'd just have them smoking a pipe, because that's a little bit more acceptable. Could be anything in a pipe. So we might have to just go with that. Who requested the unicorn and the... that was Jake. Dragon. Yeah, I might, because he said he likes those characters, so he likes unicorns and he likes dragons, so maybe I'll draw him a unicorn in some kind of scenario a bit later on. See how we go. For time, I've got a lot of requests, but that's cool. I like a lot of requests, because that means I've got more of a choice about what I have to draw. So if I get to choose what I draw, then that feels like more interesting for me, and hopefully there'll be better drawings as well if I'm more into it. So he's trying to draw, sorry, he's trying to smoke rings, but they're kind of coming out not that good. They're not Hobbit smoke rings, they're just dragon smoke rings. So exciting news. Yesterday my Kickstarter funded, so I'm really excited about that. Thank you so much if you're a supporter. The book's going to get made, so we're going to have another comic book. My Mythic Creature Trainer comic book, issue 1, 1 of 4, so it'll be a total of 4 issues. So yeah, I'm still working on the pages for issue 2. So that should probably be ready sometime early 2021. So watch out for the new Kickstarter then. And in other news, there's only one reward left for the for me drawing your portrait in the book. So I called it the Immortalize Yourself pledge level. So if you want your portrait in issue 1 of Mythic Creature Trainer for all time, get your face in there. Now's your chance. Only one left out of 6, I think it was. So get onto it. I've already started work on a couple of those. So, all right, that's good. I'm gonna go with the pen now. This is a pen brush. Sorry, brush pen. Pentel brush pen. I love it. I used to use pen and ink before I really knew about these, or maybe even before they were made for a wide kind of audience. And I used to use an actual brush and dip it in ink, and that was so messy. Get it on my hand, there'd be splotches on the page. And it was hard, but when it's all inside this pen, it's so much easier. This guy actually reminds me of Slackworm. It's a comic on Webtoon by an Australian cartoonist. It's actually quite a popular comic. I wish my comics were popular. I mean, he's got hundreds and thousands of people looking at his comics, and I don't know, guess I'm just a little bit jealous. But that's not to say I'm not grateful for the support that I do have, so don't get the wrong idea. I hadn't thought about where the other wing's going to be. Yeah, because I think originally I was going to have his wings be his arms. Anyway. So I've got a new mic that I've stuck onto my phone as I'm recording this, and hope it's not crackling for you. Maybe if you're wearing headphones it'll be noticeable, but I did notice it was crackling on my phone when I listened to the playback with headphones, so sorry about that. Don't know how to fix that. But believe it or not, the sound quality is a lot better than without a microphone. So I'm just going to run with it. hadn't really thought about how comfortable it would be for dragons to have their back spikes underneath them while they're lounging around. This probably isn't the most comfortable reclining pose for a dragon, but it would be comfortable if they were humans. So, you know, in a human-centric world, this is what passes for comfortable, even for dragons. But they're not too fussed. They're happy with what they can get. Gonna give this one a few more face spikes. And he's going to be blowing it out of his left nostril. Don't know why his lips are puckered. Oh well. See, I love this. The ink dries so easily. I just dragged my finger across a line I'd just drawn, and it didn't matter. It didn't smudge at all. That's how awesome this pen is. First started getting back into brush and ink with Inktober about 3 or 4 years ago, and haven't looked back. Because yeah, I do all my comic pages in the computer, so I draw them by hand and scan them in, and scan in the pencils and then ink digitally. So for a long time I wasn't doing traditional inking until the Inktober challenge. So the idea of that is that during October you draw an ink drawing every day of the month, or consistently throughout the month, and that way you get to improve your inking skills. And that might seem like a funny thing, because if someone can draw, you'd think they'd be able to ink, and if they can use a computer to ink their pages. But it's not always the case, so it was actually really great to get back into the swing of it with that challenge. I think my theme back then, it was like 2016 maybe, 17, and I chose a theme for myself for the month, and it was older actors. So I had the guy who plays Tyrion Lannister, and I had a bunch of other actors that I drew portraits of in ink. That was fun. Put them on Instagram. People liked it. Literally, they liked it. Russell Crowe, another old actor. Guy who plays Doctor Strange. He's hard to draw. What's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch. He was a dragon. but I drew him from the imitation game, so he looked a bit more normal. And that's pretty much it. Let's sign my name. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing some more of these over the next couple of weeks, so if you're a Kickstarter backer, put your suggestions in on the comments, on the Kickstarter comments.